All right, guys. Aaron, thank you very much for coming out to the SE4 launch here at Twirly Designs. This has been a very, very big project for this company, several years in the making. They spent not only that time, but upwards of $30,000 buying every top helmet you can buy to take down to this test once they had a good model built. And every top brand, the Shoei, Arai, 6D, Bell, you name it. They took every top helmet down there and tested it with this third party. They had no affiliation with us, and they just said, let us know what you come up with. And the tests are amazing. This helmet straight up outperformed anything that's ever been made by a long ways. So the unveil, we want to show you guys the helmet. Let's start there. So folks, this is the SE4.
I started with a blank piece of paper. I knew what we had to do, and motorcycles and bicycles and Indy cars and everything just keep getting faster and faster. So we just got to keep developing safer and safer equipment. I knew a lot of things that work. Increasing EPS is one of the safest ways to help the riders here. On this helmet here, I took the mouth guard off, took the air scoops off, and just kind of less is more to me, and focus just on the protection side of it. The dual density, so we have a low speed, medium speed, high speed. The MIP system helps a ton on impact, and just kept working with it and kept doing samples until we beat the competition across the board. That was my goal, saying, you know what, it's having my sons race and myself racing and having my own team. I mean, I knew I needed to push it to the next level.
When I first got it, I want to take a picture and show everybody because it's I love the way it looks, like the shape of it. Actually, the first time I saw it on the internet, I think it was on your site, on Vital, on the forums, and everyone's kind of tripping out, wondering if I'm wearing like a mountain bike helmet or something like that, because it does look like the D3 mountain bike helmet. But no, it's been tough keeping it a secret, not letting anybody see it between the races or anything. But I think anybody could just kind of snapshot it on their phone, zoom in, and check it out. But yeah, now to actually let somebody hold it, let somebody physically look at it and all that stuff, it'll be definitely a game changer, and I think everyone will kind of be stoked on it and want it on their head.
Jesse, I want to kind of address the elephant in the room, because you had a very big crash in practice after the opener, and you were in that helmet. They've been all kind of wearing this helmet. We're trying to disguise it with design and things so it doesn't look so obvious, but because it was such a safer helmet, Troy didn't want them to be in something that wasn't the safest thing he had, so they were all riding in it. Tell us about when you had that crash. What were your thoughts on that?
All I could say is I'm glad I was wearing it, because the difference, you look at the charts and everything, it's so much better than it was before, where I've had crashes where, I haven't had that many concussions, I think 4 total, but I've had crashes that were nowhere near what I took this past, in January, and I felt horrible. I couldn't stand up straight. I was all over the place for a few weeks, and that crash I had wasn't even that bad. And this one was really bad, where I feel like I'm pretty lucky to be where I am right now, and back to riding and everything. So the helmet's amazing, and what they've done and what they can prove that they've done, and all the testing between DOT and all the other companies and Snell and whatever. But it's been really good.
Yeah, you were telling me you felt like you would be much worse off if you weren't wearing that helmet when you crashed. So. Oh yeah,
100%.
Now that's a big testament to
from what I've heard from other people that saw the crash and everything. But it was a bad one. But I feel pretty lucky. And, fortunately, I was wearing that helmet, and it's really good. And I 100% back it now.
All right, well, and you're back on the bike. We're stoked to hear that. So looking forward to having you back.
Yes, thank you.
Well, the Evolution, the first time I wore it was, the end of 2013, I want to say. Yeah, going into my last season on a 250. And just kind of brought out a really generic mold, just kind of get, testing of fitment and all that kind of stuff. And the first thing we told him was it's got to be quieter, because it was, too much ventilation, too much all this, and that's good, that early in the stages to kind of be able to tell, somebody who's building a helmet that early on what to change. So yeah, I didn't see another one until probably a year later, and it was just a whole nother beast, and pretty insane. if you ever see one in a store, or if you ever have a chance to hold one, pick it up and feel the thing, because it is absolutely amazing how light it is. You know, it's just nice to know that you're wearing the safest thing out there. And the head, you know, you can mess around with different, you know, you can go cheap out on a pair of knee braces or cheap out on this and that. You're going to be bummed about it in the long run, but with your head, you're really going to be bummed. So you definitely don't want to take it lightly when it comes to head protection.
I had a good crash after Anaheim won, and put me out for a little while. But I mean, I feel like if I was wearing anything else, it would have been really bad. Like, I mean, it's hard for me to just say that, but for the people that were there, the people that saw the damage and the aftermath and all that, they would know what I'm talking about. And all the people around TLD that did the testing on my helmet and everything, and realized how hard I did hit. So it's huge, everything that they've done with the new mitts and the EPS that they've added, and the foam, and just the amount of material and stuff that they put in it, and how light it is too. It doesn't feel like it's that safe, because that's how light it is. But we got Dirty Heads here coming out to play some music. It's gonna be cool. Fun night here at TLD.
Really, the biggest challenge was once we knew the performance level that we were getting out of it, I wanted on my riders immediately, and I had to come back into the company and say, we're putting our guys in this next week. I know we can't show the world what we're doing, but I can't have my race team not in this helmet. We took all of our designs from last year and painted on this. We camouflaged them. I mean, it was a great way too, because then we got, 6 months worth of the riders testing it and developing it and finding out what's working and not working, and making sure their eye port size was correct, and the cheek pads, went through probably 20 different cheek pads to get the right fitness. We just took a lot of time. We used to always have titanium screws in, which I love, but we went, you know what, if we can make it 1% safer putting plastic screws in for breakaway, then let's put them in. We just did everything we could to make the thing. The whole goal was, I'm not making a helmet if I can't make it safer, and we did. Really proud of my guys, because they spent a lot of long hours. The whole crew, everybody that's building the helmet, working on the helmet, all the clay models, everything. Everybody's really done it was 100% effort from the whole company.